we did introduce a lot of celebrities and politicians, but I left the best for last. Senator Testa is here with us tonight. Please stand, Senator, and be recognized. Thank you for your support. So I hope you enjoyed the dinner. I did. So if my voice sounds a little soft, it's because there's less room for my lungs. So our first legend tonight that we're going to honor is Mr. Dave Wilson. To introduce Mr. Dave Wilson, I am pleased to welcome the famous Reverend David Bailey. I used to listen to his program on WSNJ religiously. And one thing I never forgot is David Bailey saying, "Worry is like a rocking chair. It keeps you rocking but gets you nowhere." I never forgot that line. So Reverend Bailey, welcome. So glad to have you.
Well, I've been reading about this guy. I don't know, you looked in your book, Dave Wilson. Look at all the stuff. See all the stuff I had to wade through about this guy, what a nice guy he is. I mean, forget it. I decided to bring the good stuff. Now, David came over, we've known each other over 50 years. Ranch Hope is 58 years old, and Dave, when my wife and I started back in '62, Dave has listened on the radio for years. I was on WSNJ, but he comes to the ranch, walks in the office, and he says, he knew I'm a Methodist preacher. He says, "I'm a Baptist." So I went like that. "I'm a Baptist." I said, "Wait a minute." He said, "Let me tell you something, Bailey. My great-grandfather was a Baptist. My grandfather was a Baptist. My mother and dad were a Baptist. And I'm a Baptist." I said, "Let me get this right, Dave. Suppose your great-grandfather was crazy. Suppose your grandfather was crazy. Suppose your dad was crazy. Then what would you be?" Dave thought for a minute and said, "I'd be a Methodist." Now, I looked on this wonderful bio of this man of faith, leadership, all the wonderful things that are true. And I noticed that he dealt with some big companies like Wawa, like, Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. So, let me tell you what I decided to do to surprise all of you tonight. I have tickets for Chick-fil-A. Everybody here, open menu, whatever you want at Chick-fil-A in Vineland. Sunday afternoon from 3 to 5. Everyone's invited. They're closed on Sunday? I'm sorry, folks. Forget that, will you? Now, it's interesting how people meet. And Dave is a real legend. But I like to think the way we met. I was having a urinary problem, an infection. My bladder and my kidneys were infected. So I'm out with this old buddy of mine. I say to the old buddy, "I got an infection. It's a urinary problem, a bladder infection. It's driving me nuts." The guy can't hear me. I mean, he just looks like he's ready for fry tags. That's a little plug, brother, fry tag, don't forget it. Anyway, he just stares at me, so I finally said, "I got a water problem." So he gives me a phone number. So I call the number. And this guy answers, says, "My name's Dave Wilson." Now, I thought it was weird if you're calling a urinologist or a urologist and he doesn't say it's Dr. Wilson. Understand what I'm saying? You know where this is going? You hear me? Dave says I'm in the water business. I said I got a urinary problem. Dave says, "What's that?" I still got the problem. But Dave and I got to know each other when I found out that he dealt with water. Not the bladder, not the kidney, but water. Do you know that Dave, who's active in Rotary and just about everything, is a generous guy, do you know that all this started from the young man right through this work ethic, and suddenly he celebrates a 50th anniversary. Do you know what he does for that 50th anniversary for South Jersey Water? He raises money for Ranch Hope. Everybody that dealt with Dave Wilson made a contribution. And may I just throw a figure out to you tonight? I don't want to embarrass Dave, but I want to throw this out to you. He gave $50,000 to Ranch Hope for his 50th anniversary. Is that crazy? And Dave told me a couple weeks ago, my son Dave, who's our director now, that we've named a cottage after him. Well, it's not a cottage, it's an outhouse, but it's a step. I mean, we can't afford indoor plumbing at the ranch. It's a two-seater, Dave. Two-seater, baby. But here's a kicker. It really is. We have this beautiful cottage over there, and it's a Dave Wilson cottage. Because not only for what he's done for Ranch Hope, but for so many. This afternoon, sitting at the office, I wrote this down. Talk about a man of faith. Romans 12:11. Paul wrote these words of the church at Rome. Do not be lazy, but be full of zeal. Serve the Lord. Rejoice in hope. Be patient when challenges come. Be a man of prayer. Help others in need. Seek to be a caring person. Dave Wilson, that's you.
Thank you, Reverend Bailey. We're now going to have a short video.
We feel honored to be chosen. Grew up with the working family. We always were in the background, never in the limelight. And it's different. I do appreciate and I thank the committee for choosing. Making employment. We have 20-some people. They have a nice car, they have a nice home, and they're able to go on a vacation with their family, and that feels good. My first contact with Ranch Hope was several years ago. It still does. They have a telethon near November for Christmas gifts for the kids at the ranch, and was listening to it. And I had listened to it for previous years, but really never donated. So that year, I gave them a call and made a pledge. If Dave can collect $1,000, that's the hour I would match it. And so he really worked and got the $1,000. Try to help people out financially if I can. I would hope that we could offer more things and to make us a destination. If I was ever to be standing in front of a bunch of students, I would say, I see all you out there, all of you are different, but you all have one thing in common. You have to go to work. And college is not always the answer. Don't short yourself when you think, well, I can't go to college, I'm not going to achieve. Your vocation, your comfort, your clothes are making as much money, if not more, than some college. So, don't feel like you don't have a chance because you can't go to college.
Hello. Dave, please come up and accept your award. And I'm going to invite Dave to say, you can stand down here, Dave, it's okay. Dave, just come. And if you can't see Dave, you can stand up. So I'll keep this right here. Oh, I'll hold. Oh my God, he's got 40 pages. Get ready, folks.
Kim did ask me if I would like to say a couple words, so I thought about it and I put down some notes. But don't get scared, I'm not going to read all this. Now, I would like to ask you one question right off the bat. Did you get enough to eat? Yes. I mean, that food kept coming. But I do, let me put my glasses on here. I'm going to have to read these. I was asked if I'd like to say a few words. Yes, I would. So I made a few notes, not about South Jersey water conditioning or myself. I'd like to take advantage of this opportunity to thank and acknowledge those businesses and people who had a big influence on me. First, I'd like to take a minute to thank Reverend Bailey for participating in tonight's program. There is more to do than just being here. There's research, assembling, and writing, a lot of time involved. And I appreciate Reverend Bailey's willingness to take on this task. As I mentioned in the interview, I came to know Reverend Bailey many years ago through his Christmas telethon. Reverend Bailey holds his telethon in November, I think, and he still does today, to raise money to purchase Christmas presents for the kids at the ranch. I think we were the first people to give a challenge to the radio listeners. I called the radio station and stated for the next half hour, if $1,000 was raised, I would match it. The first time we did this, Reverend Bailey wasn't aware we were going to make this challenge. For a man who never lost for words, he didn't lose any in that half hour. He was real carnival hawker, earning the extra $1,000. I want to thank the selection committee for selecting me for the receive of this recognition. Why my name was even brought up behooves me. I do appreciate it, and an honor to be in a list of past awardees. Thank you again. I want to congratulate Larry and Tyrese for being recognized for their giving back to the community and receiving the Legends Award. I've been taking bows and pats on the back for whatever alone. South Jersey Water Conditioning made it possible and is the reason to give back to the community. Nobody is in business alone. There should be a lot of people standing here with me, starting with those at those tables, the others who were not able to be here, people I work with, and family members. There are people here and companies who had a big influence on myself and my business. I grew a lot from Frank Hankins when starting out. Frank Hankins today, I thought about Frank a lot today writing this. Frank would say, if they ask you to do the work, you have the right to ask for the money. Reminded me of a time I called on a customer who had an outstanding balance. After knocking onto the door and being invited in, I noticed a huge TV. The customer had noticed I was looking at his big TV and said, "Don't worry about the TV. I lost my refrigerator last week. I'm going to lose the TV this week. I don't know if I ever collected that bill or not." Frank to the rescue. I was on a road and a delivery came. Julie, my wife, didn't know what to do, so she called Frank Hankins. He told her not to worry. He sent Teddy, their yard man, up to the house with a forklift, unloaded the truck, put the material in the port on my porch. Hankins and Brothers unloaded several tractor and trailers deliveries for me over time until it was suggested it was time I purchased a forklift myself. I sat with Mr. Hankins' office often, not long, but learned a lot from him. Domestic water conditioning was in the early stages when I started. Christian Plumbing and H.A. Petrunas were aggressive businesses and dabbled a little bit in water conditioning. Bruce Riley's dad, Whalebone Riley, who was quite an athlete in his day, was working at Bristol Plumbing. Whalebone gave me my first water test kit and showed me how to use it and furnished me with some leads. Bert Glaspie, who was working for A.J. Petrunas, who I mentioned was an aggressive business, and took on water conditioner line. The system Petrunas used was a top-of-the-line system, but not particularly good on the water in our area. Petrunas had about 30 active service accounts. Bert turned them over to us. It was much a blessing for Petrunas to get out of the water conditioning business as it was for us to have those accounts. Bert was always available when I was ready. Probably the biggest problem a business has at startup is money. I have to have funds available to pay your suppliers and to be able to order more equipment when it's needed. This is where I'm very grateful to my suppliers. Being a young business and money being an issue, I was never refused a delivery because of a past due. Most of my suppliers are from out of the state. I intend to drop them a note thanking them for this trust. Receiving this award and preparing a comment has made an awareness to me of the help I have enjoyed over the past years and still do today. Over time, I've often called on business, even competitors, for advice. No one has ever made me feel like I was bothering them or offering any help and offering any help they could give. I have in return gave our competitors material in parts when they were working in our area and needed material. A business is not always looking for financial answers, but human resource issues. Whenever I needed an opinion on a human resource issue, I reached out to Laurie Latour. Laurie is a human resource professional. Whenever I say Laurie Latour, I feel like I need to say Laurie Latour, like I am reading the marquee and announcing the movie star. I drew on Laurie often. Laurie would offer an opinion or give the printed material, always helpful. She might, under her breath, say, "Not him again." I'd like to finish up with a water conditioning story to lighten up my presentation. A big part of our business is doing annual maintenance. A water conditioner requires maintenance as well as your car, your heater, your air conditioner. A water conditioner in our area, because of the acidic water, fresh material needs to be added every year. The material is white in color. Anyway, I received a frantic phone call from an elderly lady in Carney's Point saying, "Mr. Wilson, you need to come over here as quick as you can. I got soap suds coming out of all my faucets." When I got there and went down to the basement, there sat very sheepishly the mister of the house. He went on to tell me he knew his system was due for service and watched me service it over in the past. The water conditioner is located in the basement next to the washer and dryer. In between the washer and the dryer is a big box of soap powder. You guessed it. He saw me put white stuff, the material in his tank, so he added white stuff, soap powder. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Saul.
Saul who?
That's all there is, folks. Oh my God.
Thank you, Dave. And it gives me great pleasure to recognize you as a fellow Rotarian as well. I'm going to put this in your basket. So thank you very much for all you've done. As I said, he's a behind-the-scenes guy, very quiet, but he does a lot.
To make a correction for David Bailey, it wasn't $50,000. I don't want to be bragging, but it was $100,000.
He doubled the offer again. So wasn't that a nice insight into all the things he's done? So our next recipient or legend is Thais Gould Jacinto. So she's our second recipient of this evening. To say a few words, we will welcome her father, Mr. Mark, quote-unquote, Quiet Hawk Gould, chief of the Nanticoke Lenni Lenape tribal nation. Chief Gould, welcome. You're not quiet. No. I was saying Dave is quiet, not you. You're the chief. You got to have the loudest voice in the tribe.
I'm married.
You know who's the boss.
Yes. Hey. No, that was my granddaughter, but that's okay. Great Dan. Oh my gosh, I'm old. Yes, but I'm kind of at a loss because when I came in, the program that they gave me had everything in it that I was going to say about my daughter. And then after that, Dave came up, or Reverend Dave, excuse me, I'm going to get it right. He came up and this is a challenge, but I'm going to take this challenge. Thais was always the protector. If you see that little girl next to her right here, she always had to protect her anyway because she was Army. But Thais carried that protector throughout her whole life. Everything that she did, she was always trying to do something better for somebody else. Did it offer her any rewards? Yes, it did, but it's personal stuff. The thing that actually that you pray about. You know, can I do this? Lord, can I help you? Or can you help me? And it seemed like everything that she put her hand on, regardless of how hard it was, she accomplished it. And talking about a proud papa, yes I am. But one of the things that came out of it is I'm at 80 years old, I'm still working. I'm working for her, and she told me I could work until she's 94. I don't think that's going to happen. But the reason I'm telling you this is the fact that my job as chief is to make sure that everything runs as well as possible. Well, I get a little angry at times, and I know you guys don't get angry, but I write letters to the people. I feel that the 4,000 people in our tribe need to be aware of everything that we do. So I said, Ty, would you do me a favor? Would you come back to my office and read the letter that I wrote? She scratched out everything. See, that's when you know that what you're doing has flaws. And the Lord sends you somebody to watch over you to make sure that you do it right. Because there's too much at stake. Everything that we talked about here today, the accomplishments that everybody's made, it's for somebody else. They didn't do anything for themselves. And that's why, like I said, this is going to be short and fast. That's why I love my daughter so much, because she's always trying to help the next person. I see people come into our office that have nothing actually to do with the business that we're in. They need help. Tribal people come in for real estate problems. They're losing their house. Well, you know, we're not in the kind of business that saves people from their own mistakes. But yet and still, these years that I've worked with Ty, it's kind of a universal thing. I am so proud of all my children because they all have the same attitude. Let me see if I can help you. So, Ty, I know I didn't speak as long as the Reverend Dave did, but I thank you for even letting me be your parent. You have treated me so well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now we're going to have a short video.
We all have 2 stages of life with the potential to have 7 stages. We begin as a vibration with the Creator, a spark of thought, our first stage. We vibrate into human form and follow the path of those before us. They molded the paving stones, and we walked beside them, learning the formula. We understand how to lay them down as we walk, as they walk. Then we enter into our second stage, where we think that we can create our own paving stones. We mix them, we lay them down, and test them with our steps. We use the formula we were instructed to use, but we find that we cannot just continue on top of the same road, but we must continue the road with our mix in the formula. We enter into the third stage when we practice our mix and learn our ingredients. We gather the materials and we see what makes our path the best for us. We lay a few stones and then we mix again and again until we perfect the paving stone as we enter into the fourth stage. During this stage, we have those in our lives who need to walk beside us and learn. We show them how to make the perfect stone, and we use the creation and the gifts around us in hopes that they will be led to in their second and third stages as we enter into our fifth stage. In our fifth stage, we create many paving stones and lay down as many roads as the Creator guides us. It could be one long road, or wide, or many roads. If we are as the Creator is, then we have a direction. And it is no longer us that lives, but the Creator that lives in us. In our sixth stage, we walk the many paved roads we created. We reflect with gratitude and amazement on our accomplishments. During this stage, we realize that our paving stones were perfected with the formula of those before us. The many emotions of joy, excitement, and peace, the tears and the sweat and the blood of our parents and grandparents. We realize that our children will create their formula and mix their stones with a foundation built for all of us by those before us. As we enter into our seventh stage, we are not gone, but we vibrate on the paved road alongside the generations that come after us, just as those that we do not see are vibrating alongside us now. We see them through our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren. And this, to me, is the meaning of the legend. It is each paved stone that we lay our road that we leave for future generations. My most significant contribution to the community is what my parents and grandparents have paved for me. They endured the hardships and the pain and the sorrow, just for me to be here today and to tell you their story. I use my talents and my skills to continue the paved road and recognize what they have created for me. My parents fought the establishment to be free, and the truth has made them free. They paved the road of visibility so that I can use my creativity to make this a better place for the future generations. I make it a point to be visible, which is our generation's most extraordinary paved road. My hope for our future is to be embraced for our contribution to this community. We are the fiber of this community, and to be acknowledged for our existence would secure the road for the next generations and give peace to our parents, grandparents, and the generations that migrate with us.
Thais, please come up and accept your Legend Award. You doing a movie? Okay. And that was very sweet, and please say a few words. Congratulations. Come up here.
She said I didn't have to say anything.
Oh, you're your sister.
Yes. I'm sorry, these are my grandchildren.
You want to say something?
And the only thing I want to say is that everything that I do is for them. And everything that my parents and grandparents did was for me. And, you know, they made this world a better place so that I had a place to walk upon. And that is my goal for them. And I thank you for the committee. When I first got the call, I said, I think you mean the wrong person. I said, you know, my dad. I said, he's the legend. And she says, no, no, no. And I just couldn't grasp it, the fact that I guess I'm old enough to be a legend. But I guess I have to come to terms with it. And I thank everyone, and thank you for choosing me, and thank you for showing up and your contributions, and be well.
That's wonderful, making the world a better place for others. And finally, I would like to acknowledge our last legend of the night, last but not least, Mr. Larry Pepper. And in his honor, I'm going to invite Mr. Paul Ritter to say a few words regarding Mr. Pepper.
Good evening. This is really a real role reversal tonight, because anybody that knows Larry knows that usually he's the one that's introducing and honoring the honorees. So I feel a little bit tonight like I'm pinch hitting for Mike Trout. This is pretty big pressure here. But let me tell you this, it's truly an honor tonight to help recognize Larry as a legend. For many years, Larry was usually in the background, helping others in the community. Tonight, he is deservingly receiving this recognition for his many contributions for the betterment of Cumberland County, especially in the areas of economic development, healthcare, and the practice of law. Larry's accomplishments, involvements, organizations. It's an extensive and numerous list. They told me I had 5 minutes. It would take probably 20 minutes to go through the whole list. But I want to touch on a few of them because those organizations need to be recognized for all that Larry's done for them. Of course, Larry's an officer at the law firm of Grucho, Pepper, DeSanto, and Ruth. He received his bachelor's in business administration degree in accounting from the University of Notre Dame. He received his law degree from Rutgers University. His areas of expertise in law include business law, banking, labor law, estate planning, and governmental law. He currently serves as my chairman of the board of directors of the Cumberland Mutual Insurance Company, the oldest insurance company in New Jersey. He's a director or member of many advisory boards of area corporations. He's handled numerous mergers and acquisitions, administered sophisticated estates and trusts, and provided representations to clients with complex banking and financial matters. He handles the tough stuff. He's also served as labor counsel for numerous counties and municipalities in South Jersey, and in his beloved city of Vineland, his hometown. He served as prosecutor in the city of Vineland, which I never knew, and first assistant city solicitor. Served as counsel to Vineland Industrial Commission, Vineland Economic Development Corporation, and an integral role in the development of the Vineland Industrial Park. He's all about business in his hometown and making sure things succeed. He also was general counsel of the New Jersey Expressway Authority, which operates the Atlantic City Expressway, and was labor counsel for the South Jersey Transportation Authority, which operates the Atlantic City Expressway. So his reach is even beyond Cumberland County throughout South Jersey. He's also active in numerous civic, cultural, and charitable organizations. Member of over 50 years of the Board of Trustees of the Guidance Center, which provides mental health services to our community. He's also a member of the Board of Trustees and founder of the Hendricks House, which provides substance abuse treatment to our area. He's also a past member of the Board of Trustees of the Newcomb Foundation, past member and chairman of the Board of Trustees of the South Jersey Healthcare Foundation, and past member of the Board of Trustees of the Inspire Health Network. Currently still serves as an Audit and Compliance Committee member. He's been active in political circles, served as Republican chairman in Cumberland County for many years, and was a delegate 4 separate occasions to the National Convention. He's also been recognized with many prestigious awards. The Gregor Mendel Award presented by St. Augustine Preparatory School, received the Spirit of Achievement Award from the Italian American Heritage Cultural Society, and he was awarded an honorary diploma at St. Augustine Prep for his role in promoting Catholic education. That's a long list, and I talked very fast to try to get it in for my 5 minutes, but I thought it was important that you realize how much this man has meant and done for this community. But now I've spoken about Larry's accomplishments, I want to talk about Larry the person. Larry lives his faith on an everyday basis. And one thing, if you know Larry, he never has a bad word or harsh word to say about anybody, even if they might deserve it. He speaks ill of no one and always sees the good in all and treats everyone with respect. He's a true gentleman in this age. It's hard to find. He has great integrity and has always done the right thing with both the advice he gives to his friends and clients and with his own personal decisions. But one thing I'll say about Larry, if you know Larry, you know Larry is very passionate about the University of Notre Dame and its legendary football team. In Larry's den are pictures of 3 U.S. presidents. And I think even the Pope has his picture in the den. But all of them prominently displayed. However, there's the most prominent photograph of all, the one that's front and center above all the photos, is the photo of former Notre Dame football coach Ara Parseghian, who was the football coach at Notre Dame when Larry attended the university. And I'm a Notre Dame alum, so I get it. Now, on a dozen Saturdays during the fall, he can be found rooting for his favorite team, the Irish of Notre Dame, rooting them on to victory. So you always know where to find them Saturday morning in the fall. Now, there's a sign over the entrance of the Basilica, which is the big cathedral on campus at Notre Dame. And over that entrance it says, God, Country, and Notre Dame. Larry exemplifies this motto along with his family. These are the 4 touchstones of his life. One of Larry's favorite family activities is Sunday dinner. You all know that. As any Italian-American knows, that is a wonderful fusion of family and food, and Larry loves good food. You can picture his family gathered around the table, sharing each other's company, along with some pasta and meatballs, sausage, and a little bit of homemade tomato gravy. His wife, Lynn, has been very supportive of him throughout his career, enabling him to be involved in all these activities I just listed. It's incredible. And his children, Larry Jr., Krista, and Lori, and his grandchildren, present tonight, are a big support to Larry also, and the center of his universe. And also, I'd like to recognize Larry and Lynn are celebrating their 55th anniversary. Is that today, Larry? Let's hear it. Now, Larry, this doesn't mean you get out of taking Lynn to dinner for your anniversary. I think you better make reservations this weekend. Now, Larry's a tremendous hard worker, and he can be found in the office working the other non-Notre Dame Saturdays during the year devotedly for his clients. Larry's a friend to everyone, so his clients become friends, and his friends become clients over the years, and many of you are here tonight. He has a rare business sense as an attorney, which he utilizes to achieve his goal of keeping his business clients out of court and successfully operating their businesses, providing our area with employment opportunities. He always utilizes a pragmatic, common sense approach to the law, which serves him well. Now, Larry is very modest, but he's forged relationships on both sides of the political spectrum, from governors, senators, like our Senator Mike Testa back there, congressmen and local officials that have been valuable in assisting our community with various issues, projects, and concerns for the betterment of this area. In conclusion, what is a legend? As a legend, you are constantly doing your absolute best, inspiring others to learn from your experiences to become better in their own lives. This is accomplished by your contributions and positive influence being so substantial that you are remembered in the memories and conversations of others well into the future. Larry clearly fits this description of a legend. And personally, I'd like to say tonight that Larry has been a mentor, a role model, and an inspiration, and has been like a brother to me in both how I've conducted my business career and my personal life over the years. I know he has done the same for many of others in our community, many of you here tonight. So Larry, I want to extend a thank you for all of your contributions to make our community a much better place to live, work, and raise a family. And Larry, go Irish. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul. And now we're gonna have a short video about Larry.
I think it's a great honor and happy feeling to be selected as a Cumberland County legend, particularly because the selection is made by Complete Care. Complete Care has such a wonderful reputation for providing quality health care to people in need in our county, and to be associated with such a wonderful agency is a great honor. And for them to select me, I hope that some of their reputation for good work in our community rubs off on them. I don't know if there's any one singular contribution I've made that's important to the community. I think one contribution, or the overall contribution, is that of time. I do get myself involved in many community activities because I think it's important to do so. And over the years, I've attended many, many board meetings and many, many events. And I hope that over the years, I've been able to contribute something for the good of the community. I hope that some of the decisions that I've participated in over the years on the boards that I've played a part on have resulted in good decisions being made by the boards and have bettered our community. I have a lot of hopes for Cumberland County because I have to have a lot of hopes for Cumberland County because my roots are in Cumberland County. They're sunk deep into the soil of Cumberland County. I was born here, I grew up here, I lived here, I raised my family here. And from time to time, I think we hear friends or talk to colleagues or people, we talk about how sometimes things are pretty tough and grim in Cumberland County. I'll tell you what, a couple of weeks ago, I had to go to a couple of meetings up in Cherry Hill. And after getting out of the meetings and getting into that traffic up there and then coming back to Cumberland County, I remembered that how really good we had it. And there's still, yes, there's still a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of people to try to help and get lifted up in our area, but I think it's worth it because we do live in a great area. I would much rather live here and live up in that congested part of South Jersey.
Thank you for that. Larry, will you please come up and accept your award? And of course, you got to say a few words.
Well, thank you so very much. I first want to, of course, thank the Complete Care Foundation for designating me as a legend, though I'm not sure if I like the word legend. It makes me, it sounds like an old designation. But I'm truly honored to have been designated as a legend by Complete Care. I also want to commend Complete Care for the work that it does in the community. Complete Care provides health care services for many of our community who would not have easy access otherwise. And it's a wonderful service that they provide and an important service that they provide. I want to congratulate my fellow Cumberland County legends tonight, Dave Wilson and Therese Gould Jacinto. It's great to be on the ticket with you guys. I think we had a great team tonight. I want to thank my dear friend Paul Ritter for his kind and generous words. We do have that connection to Notre Dame that's important. And one thing that we learned and we're told at Notre Dame is when you get back after you've graduated and return to your community, get involved in your community. Do something. Don't sit on the sidelines. Get involved and try to make your community a better place to live. I did take that admonition pretty seriously and did come back and got myself involved in many community activities. One that was mentioned tonight, and I don't, I think I want to make it clear that Larry Pepper is not the person who should be getting a lot of this award business. The awards really go to the people at the various different places who are doing the work. For example, at the Guidance Center, where we provide mental health services to many in our community. I don't know if there's a family that at some time doesn't get conflicted with some type of mental health problem. And today, as we hear about the importance of mental health, particularly with regards to the gun violence that we have in our country, mental health is very important. It's the people who are there doing it every day who really make the difference. As a board member, we try to help, we try to contribute. But the work's being done by the professionals who have devoted their lives and their vocations to mental health. And tonight, I know Ed Bowman, our president of the Board of Trustees of the Guidance Center, is here, and Liz Meehan, our executive director, is here, and other folks from the Guidance Center. And I want to thank them for being here and for what they do. You know, I got on the Board of the Guidance Center in 1972, 50 years ago, so it's been a while that I've been with the Guidance Center. And shortly after that, I became the chairman of the Cumberland County Republican Organization and served there for 33 years. And I'm so, I've challenged Senator Testa, who is also our county chairman now, to match my 33 years. But
you win.
I finally got him to give up something. Senator Testa is doing a great job as our county chairman and as our senator. And as far as the politics is concerned, I think that we all owe a debt of gratitude to those people who serve in public government, because it is a time-consuming deal. Senator Testa is here Friday night in July, where he could be with his family, but he's here supporting a community organization as our state senator. And that's just the way it is. It's very time-consuming and demanding. So I think we all owe public service persons a great deal of respect and gratitude for what they do. I then did to get involved in Hendrick's house, and our executive director, Damaris Bolero, is here, and Dave Catalano, the board chairman of our board of trustees, is here, and other folks from Hendrick's house are here, and that also is something that's extremely important. Hendrick's house deals with alcohol and drug abuse. And if you read the statistics, look at television and read the newspapers, you see that opioid deaths from drug use is one of the largest killers in the state of New Jersey right now. And we are constantly battling that effort and creating facilities to try to care for people. We're getting ready now to open up a brand new facility in Millville that will take care of people on an outpatient basis. We also have 4 residences that we operate, halfway houses for recovering persons. I've been involved, of course, in Cumberland Mutual. Paul mentioned that. It's been an honor to be on the board of Cumberland Mutual Insurance Company. We pride ourselves of trying to protect our policyholders and making sure that if they have a claim, it gets paid in a timely manner. We are there for their benefit. Over the years also, there was another place that I kind of fell in love with, and that was St. Augustine Preparatory School. I had a dear friend, Father Stephen LaRosa, who became a very close friend during a tragedy in our family. And Father Steve would tell me how the prep was trying to educate the young Christian gentlemen. And we would talk about it, and I would go to affairs at the prep, and I saw how important it was that the Augustinian fathers were trying to raise men to become young Christian gentlemen. And I bought into it, and I've been supportive of the prep for many years. Father Steve was followed by Father Paul Galetto, I think, who's here this evening. Father Paul did an outstanding job leading the prep. Dennis Foreman, our Director of Development, is here tonight from the prep. And one other person who's very special to us, Rosemary Davis, is here. Rose is the president of the Rosemary Davis Foundation. And if you've ever been to St. Augustine Prep, it's like a little college campus, and much of that's because of the extraordinary generosity of Rose. Personally, I do have to make some remarks regarding my family, because I want to tell my children and my grandchildren how sorry I am, and I somewhat apologize to them for over the years I was not around as much as I should have been around. I should have been at more ball games and more school events and more activities that they were involved in, but because of being involved in activities and politics, I was not there. I missed that, but going back to 1975, when I made my entree into party politics, I had a conversation with my wife, Lynn. And that conversation was, well, if you really want to do it, Lynn said, okay, I'll support you, but we have to have an understanding. I'm going to spend my time raising the kids. And our children at that time were 2, 4, and 7. And so we made the deal, and she took on the primary responsibility of raising the kids. And what a great job she did, because we have three wonderful children who very luckily have married 3 wonderful persons, and we have 9 great, wonderful grandchildren, and it's really Lynn who's responsible for that. That's why, as Paul mentioned, in fact, if you look in the collage of pictures that's in the program tonight, you'll see there's a picture of Lynn and I on our wedding day. and that was 55 years ago today. Now, it's somewhat ironic that this event would be today, kind of to point out that she was sacrificing all along the way, and she is here tonight, and I thank her for being here and for being my wife. But she really got the benefit of the deal, because I got to tell you, she is the center of the universe in the Pepper family. Nothing happens unless it goes through Lynn. Grammy is in charge. She is the center of the circle of love in our family. Everything gravitates to Grammy. And she has been a wonderful spouse. I love her dearly. Happy anniversary, honey. I guess in closing, the one remark that I think is important, and it came to me a couple of weeks ago at Sunday Mass, where the gospel was the parable of the Good Samaritan, where the Good Samaritan comes along the road and finds somebody who's down and out and beaten and bruised along the side of the highway. The Good Samaritan provides for the care of that person and tells the innkeeper that I'll be back and I'll pay again if he needs more care, take care of him. Well, I think tonight I'd like to invite all of you to let's become Good Samaritans. There's a lot of people in our area who need help, who need support. I think it's our turn to try to be a Good Samaritan for all of those people. And with that, I want to thank you all for coming tonight. And I know Friday night in July is not. This may not be the place you want to be, but thank you for being here. I appreciate it very much. God bless.
So thank you very much, all you legends. It's been fun being here tonight. Now, Reverend Bailey, I have a joke for you. Gil Walter said only one joke and make sure it's clean, because I usually don't tell the cleanest jokes. So this busload of missionaries from interdenominational goes over a cliff in Central America. So all the souls are up in heaven, each denomination. And St. Peter's giving them a tour in the heavenly bus. So they come across, he said, this is where you guys are going to live. Beautiful, beautiful green lawn and beautiful build. Each building is unique. One building is just flat, white, no statues, nothing. He said, that's where the Methodists are. The other one, he said, that's where the Methodists go. Then the other one, he said, you know, it's got a steeple, and that's where the Baptists go. By the way, I'm a Catholic Baptist, like Larry. And then he said that this beautiful building with the two steeples and the Madonna in front with the grotto, that's where the Catholics go. And on and on and on. And finally this little man at the back of the bus says, St. Peter, where are the Salvation Army people? He says, they are down by the fire serving soup. So anyway, that was a wonderful evening. We're not done. So anyway, we got a few minutes before we close our silent auction and 50-50. Richie Elwell back there is still selling 50-50 tickets. You're done? We're over $900, folks. Yeah, anyone wants to. So if each person tonight had bought a $10 ticket, we would have had $2,500. The winner would take home, $1,250. But we're slightly shy, but that's still okay. We're close to 1,000. And then the silent auction, if you want to go take one last, run by, see if your name is on the bottom of the list, pick your item, and then we're going to come back and in 2 minutes, okay? So anyone wants to go check? And while we're doing that, is there anyone in the room who would like to say a few words about any of the legends here tonight? Gil, would you like to say a few words? Okay. Okay, we got 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. Everybody, please take your seats again. We got to go on with the program.
Okay, real quick.
Going to announce the winners of our silent auction. So the first thing was the gift cards and lotto tickets, and the winner is
Bing Baptist.
Oh my goodness me, I owe a lot.
That's yours.
That's okay. The second one is framed photos by Gil Walter, and the winner is
Liz Bailey.
okay. Then we have a book basket, and the winner is
Blossom.
Frankel.
Frankel.
Frankel, okay. And then we have the fun and relaxation basket with a taste of the town, and the winner is Joe Stanger.
Joe Stanger.
Is Joe here? Maybe he left. Oh, he's here. Joe is at the bar. You get that. The next one is the Centennial Basket in honor of the Bridgeton Rotary Club's 100th anniversary. We performed in 1921, and we're celebrating our 100th anniversary this year. And the winner is
Mariana Elwell.
Yay. And then we have the coach purse, candle, and 6 tickets to handbag bingo being held later this year. It's actually next month. So look for the handbag bingo. We'll hopefully email each one of you since you're on our list. And the winner is
A. Saloon.
Dr. Saloom. Yay. And guess what? We have the, you say the first part.
The Myrtle Beach Getaway.
And the winner is Erin Mendez. Yeah, we have to win something, right? My wife and you. And then we have the Guiton Family Basket. The winner is?
A. Saloon.
Again.
Saloon.
And the baby basket from Sir Optimus. The winner is?
Joe Sanger.
Joe's having a baby?
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on here. There's another baby basket that was bid by?
Gladwin Baptist.
Oh. I am proud to announce that my wife and I our daughter is expecting our first grandson in October, so that's who it's for. And then we have the Lenny Lenape basket.
That's Mariana Elwell.
And another toy basket for the grandkid.
Dr. Baptist.
And then the last one is wine, cups, and scarf. Now, why you need a scarf when you're drinking wine from a cup? I don't know, but the winner is?
Jeanette Angelo.
So thank you all for your contributions, and especially those who made the wonderful baskets and all the other gifts that we had to give out tonight. And now, who shall we ask? That's got a nice sound to it, doesn't it? 503. How do you get 503 when the $10 ticket? Oh well. I'm trying to figure out how you buy $10 tickets and the winner gets 503. Kim tells me that $3 is a bonus for buying a ticket. So here we go. And the winner is?
Number 481001.
Not me.
Again, 481001.
I think he's going to donate it back to... Oh, that is very sweet. He's donating it all back to the foundation. Thank you, Paul. You're an officer and a gentleman. And he was last year's, a former legend. So he remains a legend, young as he is. You're supposed to be a little bit older to be a legend, but Paul, we picked him at a young age. So, okay. That's it, huh? So with that, let me get back to my list. So I would like to once again thank all of you for your kind and enthusiastic support, and to ask for another round of applause for all our legends tonight. Standing ovation, folks, come on, if you can stand. We really appreciate everything they've done for our community and our county and our state. So thank you all. Hope to see you all for the 2023 Cumberland County Legends. Good night, God bless, and drive home safely. Thank you all.
It's good seeing you.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.
Hey parents, there's something you should know. If you don't teach me about money, that's okay. I'll live off your nest egg for the rest of my life.
Feel confident talking to your kids about money.
You're gonna find me a real one, right?
Before it's too late. Get ready at td.com/kidsandmoney.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.